Welcome back to another edition of Rational Wrestling Talk. This is Irrational Wrestling Mark. And I posed the question of, will Bianca Belair join the Hurt Business 2.0 along with her husband Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, and Bobby Lashley. And now that new faction with those three guys, it seems to be the next faction to succeed and take over, to dominate, TV like the Bloodline did. Because the Bloodline, whether anybody sees it or not, that's coming to an end. And that's going to run out of steam pretty damn soon. So we need to, push out that next big faction on TV. And with the Judgment Day looking like that's going to be over and done with in the near future, I don't know, the Hurt Business 2.0, and I don't know the official faction name, but I'm assuming it'll be called the Hurt Business, right? Or better yet, it could be called the Street Business. I think that would be a better name for the faction. But that's definitely going to, garner some steam. And it seems that they're going to go all in with it, And I think it's smart for someone like Bobby Lashley at this point in his career to lead a faction. For someone like Montez and Angelo to be under him, right? To take Montez and Angelo, who are, the young generation, they're the current generation, take those two young brothers under his wing, so to speak. And eventually, with an undergo change of character with Bianca Belair, because listen, she doesn't have the best luck at SummerSlam, let's be honest. Even though she beat Becky last year, but if you remember, she was supposed to face Sasha at SummerSlam 2021. Sasha wasn't there for the match. And then Carmella, it looked like Carmella was going to challenge Bianca again. And then here came Becky. Becky's big return. After a year and a half being pregnant, she came back to a big ovation. And then challenged Bianca, and then she lost in 26 seconds. For the Bianca Belair character, that's has to be embarrassing. It was very humiliating to lose in such quick fashion. And then fast forward to next year's SummerSlam, she gets attacked by Damage Control. Right? So she can't catch a break. She can't really enjoy the moment of winning against Becky. And then this year at SummerSlam, she suffers a knee injury, right? Quote unquote knee injury during the match, which I thought she sold to perfection. She sold that knee injury like there was no tomorrow. And I'm thinking she had me like, what's the word? Like, I thought she was hurt, injured, It led me to believe that she was actually hurt. But she wasn't. Like, she was selling the hell out of that knee. And screaming and hollering, and I was like, whoa. I'm thinking, like, once she made contact with the steel steps, I'm like, and she started screaming, I'm like, whoa. I'm thinking, man, she legitimately hurt her knee, man. She legitimately hurt her knee, man. And Bianca looked like she was going to be carried out the match. B took her to the trainer's room, but then she came back into the ring and won the title by pinning Asuka. But once again, this is... SummerSlam isn't very kind to Bianca, so this is a trend, right? This is a very bad luck trend for Bianca at SummerSlam, right? And that trend continued with Io Sky cashing in and pinning Bianca to become the new women's champion. Right? So she held that title for 95 seconds. And, Conan on his podcast, Keeping It 100, he suggested that Belair turn heel and, undergo a different character, right? Because having that title for 95 days and perhaps the sole purpose of her carrying that title for 95 seconds, was to create this character change, right? To distribute this character change within Bianca Belair, right? And that might be the turning point. Now, she's been teasing a heel turn ever since Charlotte came into the picture, when Charlotte got a title shot before Bianca did. So I think what happened at SummerSlam is going to be the turning point for Bianca. And some people say that she'll be joining the Hurt Business 2.0 later. I see it happening rather sooner than later, if you ask me. So I think there's a chance that she will join them pretty soon. I mean, that's her husband. Obviously, you have all African Americans in one group, one faction. I mean, it's pretty obvious, that she should join the faction. There's no reason why she wouldn't. And this will give her a chance to do something alongside her husband, Montez. And it just feels right, it just makes so much sense. And it will definitely freshen up the division, because guess what? You already have Rhea Ripley in Judgment Day, right? So why not have Bianca Belair in this faction? Because when it comes to Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, they are your two biggest stars of the female division. Of this current generation, those two are pretty much your John Cena and Batista of this era of the women's division, pretty much, right? Because they both came out of WrestleMania 39 as the two top champions, right? Came out victorious, right? And why not have two of those? Why not have two of them in a faction, right? Opposite from each other, right? Well, Rhea Ripley's already in Judgment Day, but it would make sense for Bianca to be part of that new faction. And I think it's time, although she still has some steam left as a babyface, I think it's time to give her that switch, that character switch, and to execute it, because it doesn't seem like Charlotte is going to be turning heel at any time. And I think they might turn Asuka back to face, because they did have Damage Control attack Asuka and Charlotte, so I see those two working together against Damage Control. I see that happening. And Bianca turning heel because, she's eventually going to go after Charlotte, right? Because Charlotte got in her way of getting that one-on-one match with Asuka. She got involved during her one-on-one match with Asuka. So they're definitely going to have a match down the line. And I think it would be very refreshing for the women's division for Bianca to turn heel, because you pretty much created a new dynamic. And when you have Asuka and Io Sky as, as a match that you can do in the near future for the title, and then the impending Damage Control breakup, right? And then you have Bianca with her character change joining the faction. And then you have Shotzi, her character change as well. You know, that could be interesting. I feel like the SmackDown women's division could have a little bit more substance than the Raw division. On paper, I think the SmackDown women's division looks a lot better than the Raw division does. So, but her holding that title for 95 seconds, it's going to play a big part into her joining the faction, right? Being more aggressive, adopting her previous NXT persona. And let me just be honest, I like NXT Bianca better than main roster Bianca. I was a fan of NXT Bianca. The whole I'm undefeated, you know, the whole, you know, gimmick of her being the EST and her bragging, being arrogant, you know, and just being braggadocious, and you know, she just had a better what's the word? I don't know, it just seems like she felt more natural in NXT, right? I'm surprised she didn't win the NXT women's title at that point. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. You know, do you think Bianca will join the Hurt Business 2.0? I don't see why not. But do you think it'll happen much, you know, later or much sooner? So give me your thoughts down below. Make sure to like the video for the algorithm. Subscribe today for more content. And you know, we're wrapping up another edition of Rational Wrestling Talk. Thank you all for watching, and I'm out.